Jai Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad. Jai Hare Krishna.
Jai. Long time no see.
Yes. Ages. I think I was able to repair the problem, but I don't know. We'll have to check.
We can test if you like after we finish here, or next Saturday if you prefer. We connect a little bit earlier to check.
Yes, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Jai Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad. Breakfast time.
Trying to make Ekadashi pancakes.
Okay.
Today is Ekadashi. Thank you for the reminder.
Good morning, Maharaj.
Good morning, good morning.
But you are certainly invited for pancakes.
Thank you very much. Krishna, Krishna. Right. I just found a new light here, which was doing nothing. So maybe it's better. Anyway, here we are.
Dhanyavad.
Shine some light on Krishna and Mahaprabhu and his devotees. And his devotees are here. And our Brazilian family staying up late with Vrindavaneshri Devi Rasi with her cat. Just see. Oh, look. Jai Anu Krishna Devi Rasi, Leela Shakti Devi Rasi, our team on that side. Or down under, they say about Australia, don't they? But it's the southern hemisphere section. And Paramananda in the eastern side of the northern hemisphere, Udaran Prabhu in the middle side of the northern hemisphere, and Mariam in the eastern side. Did I say eastern side before? No, east, western side. Okay, north, south, east, west. Got it.
Midwest.
Okay. Let us begin, and I'm sure, I haven't got Facebook on, but I'm sure that on Facebook also, as well as here, more will join us in the course of time. But let us begin, and we'll begin as we do tradition. Well, we've become a little traditional for a mini Vandanam, our mini Vandanam. And, oh, by the way, I didn't mention Praneshwari, who I think goes without mentioning because she is the very host and the way that everything continues here. So Praneshwari Devi Rasi too. All right, and I'll turn on Facebook in the meantime, and let us chant those kind of little bit standard prayers of the mini Vandanam first. Vandeham Shri Guru, Shri Yuttapada Kamalam, Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha, Shri Rupam Sagrajatam, Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sahajivam, Sarvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam, Shri Radha Krishna Padan, Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangs Cha. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Anmilitam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurataje Namaha. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivas Adi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right. On a quiet morning in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, West London, I have no idea what the day is because I've got curtains on the window, but it's always a good day when we are with the devotees. So it's a good day today. We have the opportunity to mention something about Krishna. And many of us know the story, or we always assume everyone knows all the stories. But the story of Srila Govindamar, Srila Gurudev, going to a meeting which was going to be presided over by Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. And he's going along and representing the mat. And as he's representing Guru Maharaj, so he's going along to that gathering. And while walking to the meeting, or going to go to enter, then he's with one of Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj's disciples. And then they're going, and as they're about to go inside, then Gurudev Srila Govindamar said to that disciple, "Do you know what your Guru will lecture on today? What will be his talk today?" And the disciple said, "No. How can I know?" And then Gurudev said, "I know." And the disciple kind of mocking Gurudev, "How can you know what my Gurudev is going to be talking about today?" And anyway, then he told him right there, he said that he will talk on such and such a subject. And that subject was about a good day is a day when we get the association of the devotees and opportunity to hear Harikatha, to render service. And then there's a sloka, which I don't know, but there's a sloka which is saying something like this. And maybe our Paramanand, who knows that shloka off by heart, because he's a hidden treasure of lots of slokas. No, pancakes, continuing. And anyhow, they're sitting side by side, they're sitting. And then Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj, he starts with this very shloka. Then that disciple looked to Gurudev saying, "How could you know this? How could you know this?" Then afterwards he said, "Because it's a rainy day. It's a rainy day." And so normally people would think on that day, "Oh, it's a rainy day," or "Today is a bad day. We're going through the rain." But Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj began with this shloka and said, "A good day. A good day is not measured by the weather. The good day is measured by association and harikatha and opportunity to serve." Along these lines, approximately. This was the theme. So today is a good day. I have no idea. All I know is it's dark outside because I can't see outside. It's black. And it's quiet. All right. And Indulekha Devidasi joined us here too. Just give me 1 second and I'll give attention here. Back to basics. There we are. Oh, we're live. And Madhava Prabhu is there and Tungarasa Devirasya are both there. And welcome to you both with dandavats from us all, from me and us all to you. They're sending their obeisances to you also. And Tungarasa Devirasya, I believe, is going to be here in London very soon for next weekend's program. And today, making the pilgrimage again across London. We've only been here 2 days, and each day I've gone across London. I've only been here 1 day. Not sure how many days I've been here. But anyhow, crossing London again today, going to the other side, to the temple that Srila Gurudev came to many times. Actually, yes, many times. He came to London 24 times. His earlier visits may have been to the previous house that they had, which was rented. And then Gurudev, as Guru Maharaj, wanted that the devotees will get their own place, and means not rented, but purchased. And so in due course of time, they were able to get the 466 Green Street Temple as a purchased place, a place to purchase, and they paid off the mortgage, etc. And London temples have had quite a history over the years. It seems to be a difficult place to get something established, and difficult because London is quite well known, as are some other cities in the world, but London's quite well known as being like a very materialistic city. It was the center, of course, of the British Empire, where the British Empire was being ruled. So that nature within London is quite strong. And anyhow, when Srila Guru Maharaj, I don't like to say in the time of Srila Guru Maharaj, but when Srila Guru Maharaj was directly present with us, then many challenges to establish a center in London. And then when the devotees successfully were able to purchase a property right near the Greenwich Mean Time, right beside, actually Greenwich Park on the very edge, right beside the zero line, when the time zones, and the world generally uses Greenwich Mean Time, or now they say maybe British Standard Time, I do not know, but now it's used by all of the world basically for the zero line. But they purchased that place and then very happily came to Guru Maharaj. Said, "Oh, Guru Maharaj, we've got this place." And then Guru Maharaj said, "Oh, you have the place means?" And they said, "Yes, Guru Maharaj, we were able to get the mortgage for that house." And then Srila Guru Maharaj heard everything and giving them all nourishment. But then he said, "But the house, it's the property of the bank. It's not your property. You may not be renting, but it's the property of the bank. So he wanted that they were clear that it's considered like a debt. And this way, if you can't pay the debt or something, the bank has the right to take the property back. So it's not actually your property till you pay for it." This is how Guru Maharaj saw the situation. And so the devotees worked very hard, and they went all over Europe. They had various ways to do some collection, and good ways to do some collection, and worked very hard, and they paid off that property. But after Guru Maharaj disappeared, many difficulties happened, and literally it was stolen. And the devotees could have done something about it. Well, they tried to, but then it's a mean world out there. And there was threat to life, this, that, and the other. And one devotee told Guru Maharaj how actually it can all be prevented, this, that, and the other. But these life threats are coming. And Guru Maharaj told to that devotee, who I know very well, he said, "Yes, we want..." Sorry, Srila Govinda Maharaj, because Guru Maharaj had passed away. So they came to Srila Govinda Maharaj. And Srila Govinda Maharaj said, "Yes, of course we want that property, but not at the cost of your life." And London, like anywhere like any capital city in the world, it's got its Gunda section. And so it's a difficult world to navigate. And we know that section, we know that kind of nature, especially in the cities from Calcutta, where you have to tread carefully. If you own property or anything, you have to tread carefully and keep everyone peaceful. Hare Krishna. So they lost the property, so they had to start again. And Srila Gurudev, he felt that was his duty given by Guru Maharaj, that, okay, we had the temple, we've lost it, so now, excuse me, it's my seva to re-manifest, to again manifest that, an ashram in London. So first it was Green Street in East London, which we're going to today. It's the other side of London. And anyway, we're crossing again today by my prayer, by the underground and not by car. I mean, very nice. Okay, drive you there. Okay, wonderful. But really, it's so much easier to go on the metro, on the tube. And you do meet people on the tube. Actually, they usually don't look at you because there are so many people and like people don't make eye contact. But anyhow, there is a possibility. So we're going to cross London to that center which they got presently, means under Srila Gurudev's guidance, and they got the opportunity to purchase this place in Green Street, and so they did. And it is purchased also outright. It's not paid for on the mortgage by a similar desire that it won't be owned by the bank. And Gurudev always wanted somewhere close to Heathrow Airport, because especially in the 90s, the 90s when Gurudev was traveling, the second half of, well, actually the 90s from 1992 onwards, then Heathrow was very much a hub for traveling from Asia to the West, you know, in inverted commas. Obviously not to the east part of the West, but to the West. London was quite the hub, and still is the hub. I mean, but it depends what airlines you fly, but still is a hub, which is here. And Gurudev is well aware it can take a long time to get from the airport to, you know, the temple that we had. So it was his wish we'll have somewhere near the airport and somewhere bigger, because with the other place, it's a small place, but it's ours, you know, as it were. It's Krishna's, ours. It's Krishna's, it's Gurudev's. And anyhow, many challenges came. They looked at all sorts of places. And even the day before yesterday, they showed me, just as we're in the car going somewhere, then they showed me one of the places that, oh, we looked at this place when we were trying to find the property here. And still that place, by the way, is vacant. And that's after like 15 years, that place is vacant. But anyway, Krishna gave the place in West London, right by the airport, right here where I am now. But after much struggle by so many devotees to find somewhere, and then it came quite easily right at the last part of Srila Gurudev's manifest pastimes. And by coincidence, the papers were signed. It was actually handed over. The papers were like officially became it's an institute, but the institute's property on the day that Srila Gurudev disappeared. I think maybe the day before, but that day, that time, then it was, the papers were signed over. And it was Gurudev's wish, and I'm the witness to that. And he tried in other ways also when he saw nothing is coming, and then he tried. There is one lady, Dibyasari, she's actually the mother of Vishaka Devidasi, who travels quite extensively. And she rented a house near the airport, and devotees would sometimes stay in her house when they're in transit, because it's just so far to go to East London and come back. And Gurudev really was pressuring her for purchasing that house. And Gurudev saying that you know, the devotees can purchase this house, but it wasn't possible because of, and Dibyasari, he called Dibyasari from Navadip. She was in Navadip. and we're in Calcutta. And in fact, Gurudev asked me to call Dibyashari, and I'm sitting beside him. So I did call her on the telephone. Then I passed the phone to Gurudev, and Gurudev said, no. I said, call Dibyashari. I said, well, Gurudev, I have. She's on the, no, call her here. So then I'm sitting right beside Gurudev, and she could probably hear what he said, but he was calling her to come from Navadip. And so I said, Dibyashari, I'm right here with Gurudev. He's calling you to come here to Calcutta. And she came down the same day, as a good devotee. She immediately, got her toothbrush, or got her neem tree twig, and came down to Calcutta. And Gurudev seriously asking her about the house, of this, that, and the other, and about purchasing it. And anyhow, it wasn't possible because it's a government-owned house, and it's for people of low income or something like that. And yes, and then, the days are passing by, and then this property came where we are now. And then this property was able to be purchased outright by the grace of devotees. I mean, devotees came forward. They knew already that Gurudev's strong wish. And so with the contribution of devotees, and this property was purchased outright without a mortgage, because also everybody knew that history of Guru Maharaj, that we will own property, not have it under a bank, that they actually own the property. So anyway, that's given you a little bit of a history of London. And because there are now 2 temples, and they have arranged that the Saturday is the main program in West London, where I am, and Sunday is the main program in East London, where I shall be. So this is the arrangement so that devotees can, especially those in the middle of London, can go to either, or go to both without a clash. And this property is right by the airport. And now we understand how to do it. Just literally walk to the airport and take the metro. And before, the devotees, they walked to Hatton Cross or took a bus and then took the metro. But now we know it's easier to walk over the hill. There's a long story, but with hopefully some indication of how much Guru Maharaj wanted, and how much Gurudev wanted a place here in London, and that anything that is worthwhile then generally needs a lot of effort to make it manifest. And also some view of the attitude of, the caring attitude of Gurudev, how when there is literally death threats, from in a real sense, then then what can we do? To have a property at the cost of someone's life, a devotee's life, Gurudev couldn't tolerate that risk. All right. And Sripad Dandi Maharaj joined us in the meantime. And I believe that, yes, Dayal Nitai came in by the name of Daniel, and I'm just making sure I did click the admit, so Praneshwari, excuse me, but I knew who it was, and you may think, this is a new name, I'm not sure who this is. So Dayal Nitai, look, there's a smiling face of a devotee, Dayal Nitai Prabhu, from Brazil, but it's not late at night with him. Oh, I'm not sure where you are, because you flew somewhere, didn't you?
Yes, I am currently in the customs of the US. The line is very big.
And where are you in the US? East, north, west?
San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. Okay. All right. So you're at evening time. And
yes,
I was thinking, why I was thinking of San Francisco Airport the other day, I'm not exactly sure. Oh, I do know, because I was coming through I flew here to England, and now England's not in Europe, so we have to go through the passport control and everything. And for some reason, I was thinking of San Francisco Airport, and I remember going there, and it was almost like they were surprised that an airplane with 300 people on landed, you know, and not only one, I think maybe a couple of them landed. You know, I think it's an international airport, but they had like two passport immigration officers for all these people. And it was a long wait, over an hour. And I thought, San Francisco Airport, America, efficient country, how can it be so like village-like? But there we are. Anyway, welcome to San Francisco, and welcome to Back to Basics.
Thank you.
He's been in Italy with the devotees, and he's been the recipient of grace from Munindra and Krishna Kanta and all the devotees. And his better half, Patricia, she's not with us just now, maybe a little early in Italy, but he and Patricia and Achintya Krishnabu, they were treated to some snow and glacier and the Alps. And it was Patricia, she said, I've never seen snow. And then Munindra and Krishna Kanta think, okay, we can show her snow. We're just beside the Alps. So we got some good exercise, Dayalnitai Prabhu.
Yes, it was very good.
And Achintya Krishnabu, he is from Ukraine. I think we introduced him a couple of Back to Basics ago. But he's from Ukraine, and he's, by Krishna's grace, been able to come out from Ukraine. And being Ukrainian, he also went there to the glacier. And then there are like small icebergs. There's ice floating around in this lake because it's the end of the glacier. It's summer, so you know, ice drops out. And then being Ukrainian, of course, he goes in and swims, because Ukrainians, when they see really cold water, they go in and swim. Something to do with the DNA. And so Dayalnitai Prabhu also, he also went in and swam. And so did, Eli, who became Ekala Ishvar from Sweet Lake City. He also went in and swam. Oh yes, Marianne, you met him. And so they went in and swam, and then the ladies in another section, Krishna Kanta. And did Patricia go in? No, Patricia, I think, yeah, she had another point of view, and so did I. Anyway, interesting that we were able to go to the glacier and get a good walk up there. And that was really the kindness of Krishna Kanta Munindra Mohan to give some, you know, some relief. Some relief means we walking and talking and always talking all the way. Difficult to chant rounds when you're with the devotees and when you're walking uphill. Hare Krishna. All right. So, Shripad Dandimar joined us. Our obeisances to you and Leela Moy Prabhu, Induleko Udaran Prabhu, here just nearby in Latvia. Dana is with us from Florida, Ganga Leela Devidasi Priyanana, and Jai Gauranga Prabhu. Jai Gauranga. I think you have some Roman blood in you, Jai Gauranga Prabhu. Means we begin at whatever time it is there, 29 minutes ago. But you made it. This is Roman time.
Dear Maharaj, please check the chat. There is a question from Madhava Prabhu in Sokel.
Oh, okay. And also Madhava Prabhu. Oh, Nityananda Ram Prabhu is with us. And Mathura Basini Devidasi with us. And Katie Kadamba, Kat. in
Kat.
Australia. And we will see you, Kat. Looking forward to you coming to Thailand. We are going to have another festival. Every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswati. And there we're going to have a festival every day also. So we're looking forward to your coming there. And we're always remembering you. And Abhinavar and Kelly, the other day, we're in contact with them there in Australia also. And so you're all nearby, even if you're in Australia, the far end of the world, almost. Check the chat down the K. Hare Krishna, Sevarupa Dandavats, please accept my obeisances. Praneshwari. Madhava Prabhu in Sokal asks, why is the Gayatri mantra said silently? Well, Prabhu, I can simply say that from what I have heard, it's the instruction of Guru Maharaj, the instruction of Gurudev, and that'll do me. But I have heard Gurudev mention that the Gayatri mantra is for meditation and not for the loud chanting, as we've heard. And it may also be there in other places in black and white, but we've heard different times, because we've been in quite a lot of initiations and heard, the Gayatri mantra and the explanation of how to chant it at different times. So, I can try to say some technical things because, I have kind of heard some things, but for us all, we are following Guru Maharaj, we're following Gurudev. What did Guru Maharaj follow? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and how Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given. Guru Maharaj was very very clear to exactly follow what he gave and not to change anything. So this is our lineage. And yes, I know in India, you can go to the shop and you can buy a CD or a DVD, whatever you want to buy, with, nice singers chanting the Gayatri mantra, maybe wearing nice clothes, dancing nicely, doing all sorts of things, but that's not our line. So we are told it is for meditation and not for speaking outwardly. And in the scripture, which I'm unable to quote in this regard, but in the scripture, some mantras are for chanting by, quietly, not to give out to others, unless receiving, in the proper way, receiving initiation. And even Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is mentioned in some places in the scripture with Hare Rama first. And it is told that only, as far as I know, only the Brahmanas, those who are sense-controlled fully, means clean Brahmanas, can chant this mantra with Hare Rama first, and then Hare Krishna second. So Mahaprabhu, to keep the word of the Vedas, not to cross over what is there, he gave the Maha Mantra with Hare Krishna first. And then Prabhu Kahilan e Maha Mantra. Kahilan means explained. Mahaprabhu explained this Maha Mantra, gave it with Hare Krishna first, and said, everybody chant. Everybody chant. Doesn't matter your condition. By chanting, the mantra will come and bring you to the desire for the proper standard, if we chant it properly, and will bring us to the proper standard bit by bit. But our qualification to chant some of the mantras in the Vedas and to chant with Hare Rama first, we are not to do that. We will chant what is given to us and not thinking that, now I know this, I'm qualified, I will do this, I will do that. No, we'll follow happily, we're students, we'll follow our master. So there we are. And maybe something came up as an answer. I see something popped in to the chat. Something
Maharaj,
long popped into the chat.
yes, Maharaj. I couldn't find exactly about this silently chanting, but I found something so beautiful by Srila Gurudeva and Srila Guru Maharaj.
Okay. And who should we ask to read it? I think we can ask. Huh? Okay, yes, Pranashri, you tell me.
We can ask Srila Bhaktiranjan Madhusudan Maharaj.
Who is he? Can we ask Mahananda instead? Okay, Mahananda is going to read it for you.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Because Mahananda, he likes to read. And is this, well, everything, but religion of the heart. And the chapter, Krishna's Transcendental Flute. And I'm very happy that you were looking for a direct quote. I was trying to think, and while answering to Madhav Prabhu, we're always trying to think, what have we heard from Guru Maharaj? What have we heard from Gurudev? So when we do find things directly in the books, this is the most valuable, really. So here's Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govindadev Goswami Maharaj. And he's expressing a little long, but I'll read it. So, Gurudev, the flute sings the glories of Sri Radha. And anyhow, yes, I was going to just mention.
That's a subtitle. That's a subtitle.
Yes, I got it. I understand. But for us too, you see, it's very easy to say the word Sri Radha and Radharani now. And in some of our songs that we sing, her name is there, like repeatedly. But this is all a great benedicting treasure that's come from Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. And this would be unheard of 5.5 centuries ago, before Mahaprabhu's arrival. So this, we must be very careful with all these high matters. All right, starting to read. The extreme explanation of Krishna's flute is given by Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakkhak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj. He said, everything comes from the flute of Krishna. All mantras, including the whole Gayatri mantra, come from Krishna's flute. Gayatri Moralishta Kirtana Dhanam Radha Padam Dhimahi. Just move it over. What is the heart of the sound? What is the heart of the sound of Krishna's flute? The heart of that sound is Radharani, because without Radharani, Krishna cannot think of anything. Raya kohe, Krishna hoye dhira lalita, nirantara kama krida, jahara charita, from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna is always playing with Radharani. So without Radharani, he cannot think of anything. Therefore, Srila Guru Maharaj said, if you want to meditate on the Gayatri mantra, take shelter of the lotus feet of Radharani. You need to meditate on the Gayatri mantra to fulfill your spiritual desires. You will be supremely benefited if you try to understand the meaning of the Gayatri mantra. And so that was Guru Maharaj quoting, it's Gurudev quoting Guru Maharaj. And now, Gayatri Muralishta Kirtana Dhanam. Murali means flute, and Ishta means what one wants to express. And that is the glories of Radharani, the beauty of Radharani, and everything concerning Radharani. My goodness, we have Radharani's name here a lot today. Let us be very cautious, careful. So everything about Radharani has come from the flute song of Krishna. The Gayatri mantra has simultaneously come from the sound of Krishna's flute. The whole Gayatri mantra has given us this inspiration. Then prachodayat means what you meditate on must go to the lotus feet of Radharani. Prachodayat means what you meditate on must go to the lotus feet of Radharani. Go there. Go where you will get gold and diamonds. Go to the gold mine for gold. Go to the diamond mine for diamonds. Don't go to the coal mine to search for gold. If you want gold, go to the gold mine. You won't get it in the market. It is in a special and protected area guarded by Srila Jiva Goswami and others. Oh my goodness. Srila Guru Maharaj said, Shri Goranumatang Svarupa Viditang Rupagrajennadritam Rupajai Pariveshitang Raguganair Asvaditang Sevitam Jivadair Abhirakshitam Shukha Shiva Brahmadi Samanitam Shirada Pada Sevanamritam Ahotad Datum Isho Bhavan. That's from Srila Bhakti Vinod Viraha Dasikam, the prayers of separation from Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur by Srila Guru Maharaj. So, this is the end. I can say this is a very long reading. If you want the property of service to Lord Krishna, service to your lover Krishna, surrender to Radharani and go there. Oh my goodness, Paneshri Devi Rasi, you gave us a very high reading, but it is a reminder of whose lotus feet we have come to, that we have such high topics and they're there for us to read and hold on our head. And like a reminder of who is Gurudev and who is Guru Maharaj. And Srila Gurudev, he would say when his godbrothers would come to meet Guru Maharaj, when Srila Guru Maharaj's godbrothers would come to meet Srila Guru Maharaj, and Gurudev saw their relationship, he said, I will be reminded, who is Guru Maharaj that we are with side by side, day by day. So, after reading this, we need a pause for silent meditation, as opposed to me making comments upon such high things. Hare Krishna. And we can also consider when something is very high, it's not to be spoken outwardly. Even these kind of things, Srila Gurudev won't be speaking these kind of things in an assembly where there may be, completely newcomers who don't know about Krishna consciousness, and they may not appreciate this focus, this understanding, this fine understanding that's been given by Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
I'm sorry I chose the wrong one, but the part where Srila Guru Maharaj says, if you want to meditate on the Gayatri Mantra, that was a hint. If you
Yes.
want to meditate, you don't speak loudly, you meditate on the Gayatri Mantra. That was a way to explain why is it silently.
Yes, Praneshri, no fault on your part. I'm just making the comment that you did choose a very high part. And yes, I get the link that's brought us to here. And it's wonderful that we hear these things, but we must treat it all with much respect and care. Yes, Madhav Prabhu, your question has brought out wonderful things. Hare Krishna. And by the way, every day is a festival in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. So yesterday or today, depending where you are, Saturday festival here in West London, Sunday, which is today here, is a festival in East London, and also Sunday is a festival in Kiev. Veda Life Festival is taking place in Ukraine. And I believe that Bharati Maharaj has gone there. He's gone to Ukraine to participate in that festival. Because I asked if he's going to be here for the West London festival. He said, no, he's gone to Ukraine for a festival there. So you see the devotees going where there is a glorification of the holy name. And we shall also go there, but by Zoom. Hare Krishna. And also, if anybody likes to get into festival spirit, you can send your mind to London, because again today the devotees are going to the Notting Hill Carnival, which is apparently a world famous, basically Caribbean roots carnival that takes place in Notting Hill in London. And it's a very noisy carnival, but very lively. Life is kind of good. It isn't just for motor cars and buildings. So anyway, maybe lively in the wrong direction, but our devotee team, they're again going today to the Notting Hill Carnival to add to the noise, but they're going to add Hari Kirtan. And they do have, there's a giant speaker here, but they said it's too heavy. When the year I went, which must be about 4 years ago before the COVID, they have a giant speaker, which is, it's over a meter tall. And it's a whole box with this amplifier inside. And you sort of need this in the Notting Hill Carnival, because others have giant speakers too. So, to make your voice heard, then these things happen. But they're going back there today. And so, if you're feeling bored, you can always send your mind to the Notting Hill Carnival, where the devotees are going to be chanting and dancing in the streets, along with many other young people. And we look forward to hearing more news from there. But my experience, and I didn't go yesterday, and I suppose I won't be going today. Not sure if I'll be going today. I have to look on our itinerary of what is happening. But my experience was that the youngsters, and not just youngsters, it's predominantly, the Caribbean, it's the black African descent, revelers, and they like to sing and dance. You've got to give it that. They got singing and dancing in the blood. But I saw that they were happy with the devotees, and they were, they liked it. And there's quite a bit of tension sometimes in the atmosphere. but somehow everybody was very kind, very sweet with the devotees, happily going along with different, remarks and everything. And the police liked the devotees because the devotees kind of give a little relief, something from some of the music, which is like very aggressive and very, I'm getting too old for this. Anyway, some of the music's like very aggressive, this, that, and the other. But the devotees go there, and whatever anybody understands or doesn't understand, they know that then they're going there to do some good. They're not going there for anything than that. So the police were happy with us, and even I wasn't there at the time, but they told me that the police actually joined in dancing with the devotees, which, I can't believe it was the whole London police force, but even one or two joining in, kind of a good sign. So the police liked, and the public liked, and it's good. And yesterday, walking, then also some African origin. I am from Africa. I'm African originated too, by the way. And anyway, so some African originated man. And then he was very happy yesterday morning seeing us and chanting. He's chanting Hare Krishna, and a very nice man. And there are lots of good people in the world. And Mahaprabhu's advertising is chanting Hare Krishna. And Sevarupa Devidasi there is in Africa, of African origin too. Hare Krishna. And some of the first devotees I saw, they were African devotees, but I didn't know. I thought that they were going to one mischievous barber, hair cutter, who was leaving a tuft of hair at the back. I saw them, and I really did think, one barber's having a bit of fun. And when I saw the next day on the bus, another one, and I'm sitting behind, I thought, does he know that the barber left that bit of hair at the back? There we are, you see. How far removed from devotional life we were before we got some grace from the Vaishnavas. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj. Okay, any other question?
No, Maharaj, not here, but maybe one of the participants wants to make a question. There we have Priyanana. Maybe she wants to ask something or say something.
But where is Priyanana?
When she has the camera open,
okay,
that's a good sign. But she has the microphone closed.
Yeah, and she doesn't have the light turned on. Just see. Now we can see. Yes. Oh, now you're back in the temple. I recognize the wall, and there's Guru Maharaj. She's in the office in St. Petersburg Temple, and she's sitting in Prithu Prabhu's chair. Just see. I'll tell Prithu later. You'll have to pay a surcharge, Priyanana.
She knows already. I don't know. I don't know what to say. We also just finished the festival like a week ago. And so now everyone's kind of in a relaxed mood. I know we don't like this word, but actually, I've got some questions, but I don't know. Sometimes something happens in your life and it happens repeatedly. It's like a scenario. So I was wondering whether it's like the Lord wants you to tell something by these repeating lessons, or it just, when you're trying to act not on your devotional side, but on your like karmic side, is it like just some karma, your destiny, that like actually I feel it's not so diverse as the spiritual part of life. So kind of if you try to act on the other side, it's kind of repeating something. Yes, so I was wondering whether it's about lessons or just because in my mind I still divide my life into so-called karmic and spiritual. I know we want to make it one, hopefully the spiritual part, but still when there is division and you know which actions go where. So if something repeats, what does it mean? Like this.
Well, I can just make a comment first, and we don't know, of course, what exactly is being repeated, but things have happened in my life, for instance, which never ever happened before in over 60 years. And then something happens, and then it happens again a few days later, happens again. I mean, something similar within that same kind of category happens. And then I certainly think that, okay, this is a lesson. And, you know, after all, as most of you know, we've edited the English dictionary to remove the word coincidence. So how is it that something which has never happened before, some situation comes, which had not happened before, and then it repeats itself a few days later, repeats itself a few days later. And I definitely try to see, oh, this is because we didn't handle it properly or didn't adjust properly or something the first time. So now we had some time to reflect. Now the same situation or similar situation has come. How are we going to deal with it this time? And so we do want to see that incidences that happen in the world, they are instruction for our instruction, for our progress, like that, and not just coincidence or two departments, like when we're in Maya, we close our eyes to we should be spiritual, and when we're spiritual, we close our eyes to Maya, but rather there is no Maya in the sense of, you know, Krishna says, or Gurudev says about Krishna consciousness, that Krishna is everywhere. And then if we think that he isn't somewhere where Krishna is not, then that is illusion, because he is everywhere. So we can't actually, as devotees, I'm sorry to say, you know, enjoy the world anymore in the same way, because we have to see that Krishna is in every circumstance. And that goes for all circumstance, for the successful side of life and for the unsuccessful side of life. Everywhere we must see the Lord. And as Gurumar says, when we can adjust to the environment and see that the waves are friendly to us, very quickly we will be relieved from all the distress and miseries of this world. And, you know, there are so many statements, both from the scripture and from Guru Maharaj, from Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. There are so many statements about how we will get out of suffering by remembering Krishna, harmonizing with the environment as being a very strong theme of Guru Maharaj. Then, you know, the motivation in this world, surely, I see, oh, well, we won't, anyway, I could say we see how, you know, much people go to the doctors and things trying to get relief from different types of suffering. But really, the wholesale relief comes when we can become Krishna consciousness and see his hand everywhere. And then, you know, we're quick to go to the doctor when there's some material suffering, but our heart disease, the disease of not seeing Krishna everywhere, but seeing me everywhere, that I am the important element, this heart disease, we are slow to go to the doctor to get cured. So we'll try to see everything in the environment as favorable. And this we've heard from Guru Maharaj, Gurudev repeatedly, and quickly all of these other sufferings, which everyone's trying to get relief from in one way or another, they will go away. And after all, I mean, some of our devotees here, they're reading the Golden Volcano of Divine Love, the second part about the holy name. All of it is to be read, by the way, but the second part about the holy name, the Shikshastakam prayers of Mahaprabhu. And there you see the very first effect of the chanting of the name of the Lord is it cleanses our heart so we can start to see things properly. The second effect is it takes away all the misery of this world. So just on that, which is the side effect almost of the chanting, then the 5 positive results of chanting the name come in. But this initial description of what the name does surely should be enough for everybody to take to chanting the holy name. So we'll try to chant constantly and see anything and everything that happens. And you already said yourself, we know we're not meant to separate the mundane and the spiritual. Our work, our going on the train, our everything we do should be Krishna-centered. And I used to ride a motorcycle, as you probably know, but, I consciously did not ride the motorcycle. I mean, okay, this is after being a devotee. I consciously did not ride the motorcycle if it was not for service. And I just thought, knowing my luck, I'll go to the beach or I'll go and do something like for me on the motorcycle. And then, that'll be the time when that truck runs you over or something. I thought, oh, I think I'll use it. Because, motorcycles, we have to agree, they are kind of dangerous. But if we use for service, then it's not an excuse to ride the motorbike. We had the motorbike out of just circumstance. So we're using it for service. So like this, that's kind of obviously dangerous, riding a motorcycle, depending on where you are. But anyway, we know a little bit about India, etc. But everything we do is dangerous. You walk down the street, it's dangerous. Just look at the tiles on the roofs of some of the houses. They're just ready to fall off on anybody who passes by. So, everything is dangerous. So we want to try to be really doing something devotional always. And we can fill up 24 hours a day with devotional activity and making our life devotionally centered, whatever we do, whether we are a family person or apparently, living in the temple in 24 hours remembrance of the Lord.
I remember Maharaj, he gave this example that there is a tile or brick that's behind me, and you can feel even the cement space. It's like service, with service.
Sorry, I didn't catch it. There's a brick behind us. What?
Yeah, behind me, there is a brick. So there is also space between the bricks. So you can feel even this space with service and serving attitude. There is a tile, but also the space between the tiles can be filled. 24 hours Krishna consciousness. And just 30 more seconds. I haven't been listening to our gurus for a while because my mom also came to visit here for the festival. But then, once you told me that every day try to read something or to listen from Guru Maharaj, Gurudev. And yesterday I just listened to some class, randomly, so to say. And some things we can feel, others not, subtle things. But then after some break, I could feel that even listening to Gurudev for 5 minutes, it really you can say physically or like in your mind, it gives you relief, really, like listening to the sounds. It's like experience. Because maybe when you listen constantly, then you cannot like really appreciate or understand. But after some break, I could really feel it. Some experience like this.
And a reminder that these treasures are there, and always to try to bring our mind, our activities back to the good diet. And you see, if we fast sometimes in the physical world, then when we get some food, oh yes, we appreciate very much. And then realize how much energy is in a small meal, We have that experience, how much energy is in a small meal. And in our spiritual life, how much energy is in a few minutes of listening to Guru Maharaj. And we try to, as you know, we try to do that. In the temple room when people are gathering yesterday, day before, I wasn't here yesterday. The day before, I was here yesterday. Anyway, the devotees were gathering, and we're given a starting time, but clocks don't work the same in every country. And so devotees are gathering. So we're playing Gurudev. And as you said, like a random thing, it's just what we were listening to. But then gripped by what Srila Gurudev was saying, that yes, and these treasures, they are there waiting for us. Yes, Priyananadi, we appreciate your sharing that. Let us all keep our heads in the right place as best as we can, chant Hare Krishna and continue. And wherever we are, we may be alone in our homes or something, then let us feel the energy of the festivals that are taking place around the world. And you see, last weekend, St. Petersburg Festival. And they said, they apologized, right, saying, it was a small festival, not like our usual festivals. Only 2,000 people came. Only 2,000. Oh dear, such a small festival. And anywhere else in the world, if you'll get 2,000 people, oh, well, okay, Ukraine also, they would get many more previously. But if our festival today in East London has 2,000 people, it'll be interesting, because the house can only hold about much less than that. But anyway, there we are. All right. So let us have every day a festival, and by mind you can join us in Notting Hill Carnival, or join them, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go. Let's see what's practical. But I'll be joining by mind, if not by body, also with the devotees. And they'll be going, I heard, in the evening time. They yesterday went at 3 p.m. So afternoon, evening London time, you transport yourself to Notting Hill, London, and join the carnival with Krishna Kirtan. All right. And to Maharaj and to Paramanandaru and to all the devotees who we didn't give a chance to speak or give an opportunity today, and please excuse, but we do look forward to your contributions in the coming back to basics and onwards.
Maharaj, actually, Paramananda Prabhu gave us a very short shloka related to this. If you can read it, please, very short.
Okay, I've got to scroll down through this other very short.
Just forget the ones before. Just the last one. Just the last one.
Different types of action. Oh my
Namashrita Yepada.
Okay, I was just kind of glancing through the other Pranashri quotes. But the last, there's lots of things here. What am I reading? Oh, you read it.
Just the last.
Samashrita.
Oh, yes.
Samashrita Jay Pada Pallava Plavam Mahat Padang Punya Jasho Murarehe Bhavam buddhir vatsa padang parang padang 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 yad vipadang na tesham. Well, that's very sweet, even though we do need the translation. And who's saying this? Gurudev.
Paramananda Prabhu.
Gurudev or Guru Maharaj? Where
From
is it?
Srimad Bhagavatam Maharaj. And it's been quoted by Guru Maharaj and Govinda Maharaj extensively.
Okay. For those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord. Oh, yes. Okay, now I know. For those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon. So for those who have accepted that boat of his lotus feet, then the ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a calf's hoof print. Their goal is Parampadam, Vaikunta, the place where there are no material miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step. All right, that's for Mahananda, for Praneshri, I was going to say Priyananda, and for us all. A sloka to end with to remind us of the treasure of the lotus feet of the Lord. Jai, wonderful Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai, wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur and Shri Ho Shri Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Jai. Jai Shri Vishwavarenya worldwide worshipable Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. All the present day Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki Jai. All the assembled devotees ki Jai. Sripad Dandi Maharaj ki Jai. Sripad Paramananda ki Jai. All the assembled Vaishnavas ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam, from where we've just heard this last quote, ki Jai. And also Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Shri Prapana Jivanamritam ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. So many, Sri Brihat Bhagavatamritam ki Jai. Super treasures. There is no shortage of treasures, only shortage of us to appreciate those treasures and utilize them nicely and utilize our lives nicely. Let us use our freedom, our free will, to more and more be joyful in that kind of environment. Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari.
Jai Srila Bhaktivedanta Madhusudana Maharaj ki Jai.
Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Good to have you all with us, and Jai Gauranga, very good. I'll ask you questions later, what you remember from today's talk. Hare Krishna. All right, dear devotees, stay in touch. We'll speak again. We'll be together again soon. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. We will follow on YouTube your talk today in at the East London Temple.
Oh, will you? I don't know whether. I don't know if you publish
They
it.
They posted, yes.
They posted my talk already. What am I
No,
going
no,
to,
no, no,
am I
no,
going
no,
to
no,
talk
no.
about?
We are going to follow you. We are going to follow you because
okay.
Bhakti Connect will transmit.
Okay, Bhakti Connect. Okay, very good. All right. See you all soon. Hare Krishna. And have a good night's rest, those who are in the resting zone, and have a good day's active service for those of you in the active service daytime zone. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Jai Gauranga Prabhu is next weekend, is on the 2nd, but at the same time is the celebration anniversary in London. So Maharaj on Saturday, he will be celebrating Saturday the 2nd. He will be celebrating the festival in London. Then he will go to get some rest, and then he will wake up, and we will be waiting with all the whistles for him.
Brilliant. Okay, looking forward to it.
And thank you for sending your offering. Jai Hare Krishna, Dandava Pranams. Maharaj, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Whenever you connect, whenever you're here, I feel so inspired, because you're always busy, always engaged, always preaching. I see you connect every day for a class very early in the morning, and that is so inspirational. Thank you so much.
Dear Pradeshwarji, all that I can say is your divine vision. You are, of course, very great soul. So your divine vision is for you, not for me. But I worship.
No, you're inspiring us. Your seva is so inspiring. Thank you so very much. Bless you all. See you soon. Hare Krishna. Dandavad.